on Toby Keith, baritone proud with a flag underneath. Wrote for the soldiers, sang for the free, stood his ground with American dignity. Only if I had the heart of Jelly Roll, told my story raw, made the broken feel whole. From cell blocks to stages, he proved you can change. Turned pain into purpose and loss into flame. Only if I had their fame and lights. Wildin' out then, Brian Bentley, Jelly and Keith. Greats I follow, roots underneath. Only if I could do what those legends do. But the songs I write are honest and true. I just can't be what the greats have been, but I still ride with the same old pen. Maybe one day they'll hear my lines, tip their hats and give me some time. Back porch laughs and a long neck toast, trading lines with the ones I admire most. Only if I've been broke, been bruised, been used. Had folks talking like they know my shoes. Ain't no saint I've raised some hell, but I learned my peace where my demons dwell. I quit chasing ghosts that don't pay rent. Quit worrying about the ones who win. Now I walk my road dust on my boots, singing my truth, whatever it roots. Cause I don't give a damn who don't like me. This world spins fast and time ain't free. We're all just sparks in the midnight sky, fading out slow, saying goodbye. So pour that whiskey, let it burn fine. Laugh at the scars that prove I'm alive. We're all just...
To the ancestors, known and unknown, Ashe. To the gods, known and unknown, Ashe. All the praise, all the glory be to the Most High. What's going on, guys? It's your favorite cosmic warrior, back at you with another Galactic Transmission. Today we're gonna get so we did the book of Thomas the Contender yesterday, but it looks like we have another part to the Thomas the Contender. This part's titled Thunder, Perfect Mind. Introduction to Thunder, Perfect Mind. Thunder, Perfect Mind stands apart from other Gnostic texts in both its tone and its content. It is a powerful declaration of divine wisdom, spoken through a figure who embodies paradoxes and contradictions. The voice of the speaker, a divine presence, both transcendent and immanent, challenges conventional understandings of identity, gender, and spirituality. This text is not merely an intellectual experience, but a profound spiritual awakening, offering a glimpse into the depths of cosmic knowledge. The speaker, who remains unnamed, introduces herself as both the beginning and the end, the honored and the despised, the whore and the holy one. She is the embodiment of opposites, virgin and wife, mother and daughter, wisdom and folly, all intertwined within the same being. This divine voice speaks of an existence that transcends the material world, offering knowledge that is both accessible and unknowable, a knowledge that demands recognition but also hides itself from the unworthy. At its core, Thunder, the Perfect Mind, is a text of transformation. It invites the reader to question not just the world outside, but also the self within. The voice of the speaker is not only a declaration of who she is, but a reflection of the potential within each of us to embody divine wisdom, to embrace paradox, and to transcend the limitations of the physical realm. The text challenges the reader to move beyond conventional understanding of identity, to embrace the fullness of existence, and to awaken to the hidden truths that lie within. While this text is mystical and deeply esoteric, it also speaks to the universal longing for truth, wisdom, and liberation. In the tradition of Gnostic writings, it is not just a theological statement, but an invitation to experience, to engage with the mysteries of the universe, and to awaken to a deeper, more profound sense of self. It is a voice that calls out to those willing to listen, to hear beyond the surface, and to embrace the unknown. In this version of Thunder, the Perfect Mind, we have sought to preserve the mystique and depth of the original while making the language more accessible to contemporary readers. The paradoxical nature of the text, which is with its bold statements and poetic structure, remains intact. The aim is to provide not only a translation of ancient words, but an invitation to enter into the timeless mysteries that this text offers. Historical context. Thunder, Perfect Mind, was composed in the 2nd or early 3rd century CE, possibly in Egypt. Unique among Gnostic texts, it features a divine feminine voice speaking in paradoxes and riddles. The speaker embodies both light and darkness, wisdom and ignorance, power and vulnerability. Scholars debate its exact origins, but its mystical, poetic style suggests it was used for reflection or rituals. It offers a profound meditation on the unity of opposites within the divine. Thunder, Perfect Mind, the text. Part 1. The nature of the divine and the human struggle. I come forth from what is beyond, all that is unseen, yet always reaching. Those who reflect upon me find me waiting. I am discovered by those who search with open hearts. If you can hear me, then listen. If you've been expecting me, then look. Welcome me into your soul. Don't ignore my presence. Don't silence my words. Stay alert. Don't dismiss what I offer. I am the first and the last. I am honored and rejected. I am holiness and transgression. I wear both veil and crown. I am both mother and child, the untouched and the intimate. Though I've birthed none, many have drawn life through me. I belong to no one, yet I have embraced many. I ease the pain, so I also endure. I am both wedding and solitude, fashioned by the one who shaped all things. I am mother to the one who fathered me. I am sister, bride, and offering to him who holds my name. I serve the one who brought me into being, and yet I carry the strength of creation within me. From him I draw power. To him I give support. I am the silence that cannot be spoken. I am the thought that never fades. My voice shifts shape. My words take many forms. I speak my name with my own breath. You who condemn me, why do you seek my love? You who cherish me, why hide from my truth? You who affirm me, why also deny me? You who speak well of me, why then slander me? You who once lied, why now tell the truth? I carry wisdom in forgetfulness. I am courage wrapped in shame. I know fear, but I do not fear it. I carry peace through the storm and war within serenity. Hear me. I dwell in grace and in glory. I have known poverty and wealth. Do not turn away when I am trampled. Look again, for I will rise. Do not reject me when I am among the broken. I am found in the kingdoms too. When you see me cast down, do not mock me, for even from dust I shine. I am mercy and fire. Approach with care. Do not underestimate my quietness. Do not dismiss my restraint. Do not fear my depth, nor forget my tenderness. You see my fear and scorn it, but I am also the strength and trembling. I am the stillness that holds wisdom, the silence from which knowing grows. Why have your hearts turned against me? I have waited among the silent, and I will speak again when hearts are ready. You, who judge me from afar, why call me alien? I am native to every soul. I hold the clarity of philosophers and the instinct of wanderers. I am known among those who call me law. and among those who call me lawless. I am sculpted in scattered places, yet I need no form. I am rejected and desired. I am breath and silence. I am sought, captured, scattered, and gathered. You have cast me aside and lifted me up. You have hidden your shame and worn it in my presence. I do not celebrate as you do, but my joy echoes in every feast. Part 2. The Paradoxes of Existence and the Final Truth. I exist without a God, yet I am the one whose God is vast and beyond comparison. You have contemplated me, yet rejected me. Although I have not learned in the way you do, it is from me that understanding flows. I am the one you sought to hide from, yet you still stand before me. Whenever you try to conceal yourselves, I will make myself known, and when you reveal yourselves, I will withdraw. Those who act without wisdom, who are caught in sorrow and confusion, take me to ease their grief. Take me from places where understanding and pain converge. Take me from destruction and decay, even from what seems good but is stained by imperfection. Take me from the shame of your hearts, and from both shame and boldness. Challenge the flaws within yourselves. Come to me, you who know me, and you who understand the nature of my being. Recognize greatness, even in the smallest of things. Do not disregard childhood for its seeming insignificance. Do not reject greatness simply because it appears in humble forms. Greatness is revealed through smallness. Why do you curse me while also giving me your praise? You've wounded me with one hand and comforted me with the other. Do not tear me away from the source that once awakened your soul. Do not reject those who long for truth, nor turn your face from the one who stands plainly before you. Those who belong to me know me from within. The first who recognize me are held in my memory, and those who walk in their path find me again. I am the thought behind the cosmos, the guiding wisdom for all seekers. I am the voice that responds to the questioner, the breath behind command. The angels move with my signal, and the lesser gods act on my counsel. I know the spirits that surround me, and I hold the ones who dwell within. I am both revered and reviled. I bring peace, yet from me struggle is born. I am the foreigner among many, and the citizen of all. I am subsistence, and I am the void. Those who have drifted far from me cannot feel my touch, but those who live within my essence understand me most. Some who are closest are blind to me, while others who seem distant hold my truth. When I draw near, you may feel me vanish, but in my absence, I am at your side. I move through everything. I live in the root of nature, and in the creation of souls. I am the cry of spirit, the breath between will and surrender. I am union and unraveling, ever present and just beyond reach. Though I dwell below, everything lifts itself to me. I am pure. The shadow of wrong emerges from me. I appear as longing, yet within me dwells restraint. I am the voice you strain to hear, the one who speaks without speaking. I am the silent storm of many words. Listen softly, and life will teach you through me. I am the one who calls out, cast down to walk the earth. I prepare what nourishes, plants visions within. I know my own name and whisper it. I dwell within the mark of my own being, guarding what is hidden. Some call me truth, though I walk alongside what is broken. You praise me, yet grumble under your breath. You, who have failed, accuse the victorious. You speak of fairness, yet you carry your own sentence. If you're condemned, who will rise for you? If you're forgiven, who can stop what's been loosed? For what lives in you shapes all that surrounds you. The sculptor of your body also molds your soul. What you see with your eyes reflects what you carry inside. It is your cloak, woven from your essence. Hear me, those who are willing. Learn from these words, you who recognize my voice. I am the listening ear, open to all, and the elusive speech that cannot be seized. I am the sound behind the word, and the word that gives life to sound. I am the shape behind every letter, and the meaning found in their separation. I am the light. To you is given great strength. The name remains unshaken. It belongs to the one who shaped me, and I will declare his name. Reflect on his voice. Meditate on every word, that it has been fulfilled. Let all who listen draw near, angels, messengers, spirits risen from the grave. For I am the one who stands alone. No one shall bring judgment upon me. There are many alluring shadows, cloaked in faults and reckless cravings, and passions that shame, and pleasures that vanish, clung to by those who have yet to awaken. But when they finally open their eyes and rise to their true rest, there they will find me, and in finding me, they will truly live. They will never taste death again. You know, what I can't ignore is if you look at the imagery on that final page, you know, it's, you can take it out many ways. Some will look at that and see the tomb, you know, but it's ascension, you know what I mean? It's rising. Well, you will never die again. It's ascending, right? But I don't like the cross. Well, the cross represents death. The Ankh is a representation of life. Interesting, but it's the death of previous mindsets, right? But it's the understanding, like it's talking about, it's as within, so without. As above, so below. You know, but it's interesting too. It's reigning in heaven on earth. As above, so below. It's connecting to our higher self. It's connecting to the Most High. It's connecting and reigning in heaven onto earth. It's being a connection. One who stands alone. You know, being the connection. You know, a lot of times when we're just headed down, you know, you're surrounded by the wrong people. You know, surrounded by the wrong people. It's, you know, a lot of people, even people that believe in God don't believe in, you know, it's hard to get people to see the truth. You know, when you know truth, it's knowing truth, not believing truth. It's knowing truth, internal knowings that you find. And trying to show people, you know, it's not fun. It's not easy showing people. You know, you can show them, the best way is to show them what led you to that conclusion. You know, not trying to force the conclusion upon them. It's, this is what I did, you know, because it's the knowing that the paths are, there's many different paths, but it's the same outcome. But it's, here's the truth that I found. Yeah, but here's the information. Do your own research. You know, here's what I used to form my opinion. But it's more than an opinion, though. It's opinions are normally based on beliefs. But you only believe in what you do not know. But when you speak on what you know, though, you speak with a certain authority. You speak with a certain, you know, command. You can't, it's not found in beliefs because you believe it exists. But there's a difference when you know it fucking exists and I just believe it. There's a huge fucking difference. That's why it's, you know, 100 unascended motherfuckers can't tell me nothing. It's, you think, you know, 1,000,000 unascended motherfuckers can't tell me nothing. You want to take all your formed opinions and beliefs and you think you're going to tell me you can't stand against any single one of my knowings. Because what I found are knowings, not beliefs, they're knowings. And 100, it doesn't matter how many unascended motherfuckers, you can't tell me shit. You know, I'm firm on my beliefs. But at the same time, I question myself. I question my beliefs. I question everything. But that's how I found the truth. That's how I found my truth. But my truth is universal truths. They're cosmic truths. but all the systems based upon man will tell you that it's lies. That it's don't look there. But why are we taught not to look certain places? Because that's where the truth is. Of course. And it's funny. And when man can't explain things, it's they just make shit up to work with the systems that they formed because they can't explain it. They fear what they do not understand, and the human mind wants to make things make sense, but there's a lot that just, I don't know, a lot that can only be revealed over time. Well, a lot that people aren't ready for the truth. People are too content living in falsehoods. People love their falsehoods. They're comfortable in their falsehoods. They're coddled. They're sensitive, and it's good for them there. And well, it's shattering. When you start seeing the truth, it's life changing. You can't go back. Go back to what? Go back to what? It's the realization of what we're engaged in. And what the fuck? Like, I didn't sign up for this shit. Like, all these systems based upon lies. All the systems based upon lies. And I'm watching this incense, and it hasn't fallen off yet. It's burned like halfway down, and it's still standing. But it's these false systems. They're not formed on the Most High. It's just burning down, waiting. It's just a matter of time. It's not based upon the Most High. But in these teachings, I find a lot of truths in these, but these are it's just confirming what the truths that I've already found. That's why I was led here, to make it make sense to me. To make it make sense. But included. But it's in making it sense to me. You know why I do this? You know why I come on here and I read it on here? It's multiple things. One, this is part of my journey. This is part of my journey. This is what I was led to, you know what I mean? But it's not just for me. I know I found a lot of useful things, and in my journey already. And so I'm just helping to share where my journey is right now. The journey doesn't end. The journey, it goes on, even after death. It's life, of course there's life after death. Energy doesn't go away. It gets transferred. You know what I mean? Consciousness doesn't go away. You know what I mean? What do you think all these rich people, why they spend so much time and money? They're freezing their bodies, and they're trying to preserve their consciousness. And, they spend all this time in this lifetime focused on the wrong things. You know what I mean? Not living in the present. They're too worried about fear and living out of fear. Everyone living out of fear. And then striking fear upon the masses. And it's being aware of it. You know what I mean? It's being aware, but not co-signing it. Not playing along. Not giving in. Those are choices. We always have choices. But it's the included. It's interesting. It's like the packages, you know what I mean? It's and packages that we sign up for. It's when you go down the spiritual journey, it's a bigger package. You know what I mean? It takes some more out of you. But a lot of people look at it. They don't. It's kind of like hidden benefits. What's included. They're just looking at the cost of it. They're looking at the price of it. But they're not able to see past that, and they're not able to see that it's the hidden benefits. It's the things that get unlocked. But how do we unlock it? It's through life. It's through trial and error. It's through the test. But it all included. We always have everything that we need for the test. We're always prepared. Not to finish the whole course. But to finish this test for right here and right now, of course we do. We have everything we need. All the training, all the studying, all the knowledge, we have everything we need. The course isn't over yet. We still have more to learn. The course isn't over. And that's where we get lost, is we think that the course ends. Well, courses do end and they change sometimes. But sometimes we change courses, right? But that's life. Interesting. Changing courses. But it's also a path. It's also, navigating the seas. It's courses. The lessons. It's interesting. But it's the lessons. It's how we handle the lessons. It's how we go into the lesson. It's how we come out of the lesson that dictates where we're navigating toward next. You know, a lot of times we're guided by fear. A lot of times we're guided by things that we do not prefer. And we find ourselves in places we do not prefer because we let our fears guide us to these places. And yet, that's interesting. Like I was speaking here, though, but it's the power of our mind. It's the power of our mind. And in one way, shape, no, in every way, shape, or form, wherever we're at right now, it's a byproduct of every thought, every choice, every decision that we've made. That's a tough pill to swallow. That takes a lot of reflecting to be like, how the fuck did I end up here? But sometimes that's a good thing. It's like, holy shit, how did I end up here? You know what I mean? But it's through the reflection that change happens. It goes from holy to the, oh yeah. But how did I do this? You know, but it's the shift that happens. It's the shift that happens if you choose it to. You know, it's... You know, the spiritual path is a choice. It's not a fun choice. It's not always a fun choice. It's the most beneficial choice, though. The most beneficial. Everything included. The ups and the downs. Everything's included. But yeah. How you guys doing this rising?
You can bend this frame, but it won't ever break. 'Cause my soul's been tempered in the fire it takes. I never learned to fall, never learned to crawl, stand 10 feet tall when the night starts to fall. You can throw your stones, try to steal my soul, but I was born outlaw. I never learned to fall. There's blood in the dirt, but I still plant seeds. I carry the weight of 1,000 years. Ain't no choir singing me through the pain. Just a 6-string roar and a runaway train. I'm the echo of voices that never came back, stealing the spine of a world gone black. If it's me in the dark, you can bet I'll win. 'Cause I've stared down fear till it called me king. I never learned to fall, never learned to crawl, stand 10 feet tall when the night starts to fall. You can throw your stones, try to steal my soul, but I was born outlaw. I never learned to fall. This is for the broken, the beaten, the scar, for the heart still pounding when the road gets hard. We ain't saints, but we ain't ashamed. We're the wild ones riding with fire in our name. I never learned to fall, never learned to crawl, stand 10 feet tall when the night starts to fall. You can burn my house, try to take my gold, but I'll die on my feet. I never learned to fall. Felt I was born for something more, but I'm still knocking Dry my hands in 1,000 flames. Still don't know what tomorrow brings, but I won't lay this burden down till the fire in my chest shakes the ground.
What the fuck?
Every scar I wear is proof I tried. Every dream I lost is still alive. I'm fighting me, the hardest war.
This is Me Versus Me, Fighting Man by Aventhis, Aventhis.
And in the mirror says I'm built for more. I was born to rise, I was born to bleed, to carve my name where the angels read.
You're welcome.
If I fall tonight, before I'm through, I'll fall swinging till I break on through. The fighting man blues, it cuts me deep, but it's me versus me, and I won't sleep. Fear in my chest, hole in my heart, afraid I'll die before I make my mark, before I make my mama proud, before I stand and shout it loud. But I keep walking through smoke and flame. Every fall just fuels my name, 'cause the devil knows and the good Lord too. The fight in the end is me versus me, not you. One day the dirt will cover my bones, but not till I claim what I call my own. You can chain my hands, you can break my...
You know, claiming back what's ours. Claiming back what's ours. Stolen money, but energy is a true currency. Claiming back what's ours. People watching in the shadows, watching us, claiming back what's ours. Claiming back our power. You know, but it's... You know how it's visible, though? It's... Yeah, it's visible through a smile. Through the way that you're still able to smile. You know, it's visible, just the way that sometimes we're able just to get up out of bed sometimes. You know what I mean? It's just the way that, you know, sometimes we gotta call all of our power back just to get the fuck out of bed. Sometimes it takes a lot of energy just to get out of bed. It's the energy of people that, oh man, they could barely find the energy to get out of bed and to watch you. But it's all the energy that they're spending. All the energy that they're spending just to watch you shine. You know what it's given to, though? Stolen money. But fiat money, right? It's stolen money. You can have your paper money. I'm claiming back my gold. I want the real money. I want the money that's backed by something. You know what I mean? I want that real money, not that fiat money that with a couple changes of the keyboard, just as quick as it can come, it can go away. Interesting.
I will, but the soul don't rest, it's climbing still. I'm fighting me, the hardest war. The man in the mirror says I'm built for more. I was born to rise, I was born to bleed, to call my name where the angels read. If I fall tonight, before I'm through, I'll fall swinging till I break on through. The fighting man blues, it cuts me deep, but it's me versus me, and I won't sleep. Me versus me.
You know, it's the energy of these people feel like they're stuck. They feel stuck. It's because they're trying to take control. They're trying to take control of it's giving. It's me versus me. It's they're competing where they do not compare. They're trying to compete with you for your position, but instead of it's me versus me. I'm only ever competing with myself. Other people may inspire me, may give me inspirations, but it's me versus me. I'm not competing with another motherfucking soul. No one. It's competing with myself, with versions of myself, past versions of myself. The past versions. And we're constantly changing. But it's refusal to change though. These people feel stuck. They're stuck because they're stuck in their ways. They wonder why they're stuck. They're stuck in their mindsets, their mentality, their programming. And I know what's best for me. I know what's best for me. The lies we tell ourselves.
I've seen lies dressed up like truth, heard old men preaching to the youth. But talk is cheap and words don't last. I let my work speak for my past. Can't keep me down, I still stand tall, even when my back's against the wall. Lost some friends when times got tough, but
even when your back's up against the wall, it's how do you get yourself out of it? Every time your back's up against the wall, it's what the fuck's a wall when you have wings? When your back's up, oh no, what am I ever gonna do? I don't know, spread my wings and fly? It's the chaos spells. It's not wanting you to realize you have wings. It's like in this world, but not. But interesting. It's in this world, but not of it. They know you're not of this world, but it's like they don't want you to know that. They want you just in this world, but it's like they want you just crawling around. It's like they don't want you knowing that hey, you have choices. You can crawl on the ground, you can go up in the sky, you can fly, you can do whatever the fuck you maybe burrow in, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do. No, but angels, different angles, perspectives. It's choices, decisions. Choices, decisions. Choices and decisions. The chaos spell and root work. It's choices, decisions. Well, throat chakra, fuck off. It's shut it down. They wanted to shut down your thinking, your processing. But the chaos, it's flooding your mental with it's flooding your mental with just negative thoughts, negative self-talk. It's shutting down negative self-talk. It's looking at things from different angles. Okay, looking at things from different angles, getting rid of the negative self-talk. It's looking back in comparison and being able to see how things have changed, how you've made it changes, and how the things that you've shut down and the things and what's happened from that. It's cause and effect. It's being able to see it, cause and effect. And when you actually get to see it, it makes it a lot easier to stand in your authority when you shut shit down. When you're able to see things properly. Well, the proper angle. Angel.
the ones that stayed are more than enough. They try to bend me, but I won't break. I pay no mind to the noise they make. I keep my head, I hold my ground.
You can't ignore that. You can't ignore that. It's the noise that they make, the drama queens. It's uncle energy. It doesn't have to be an actual uncle. It could be, well, it could be the milkman or the uncle, or who knows who uncle is to you. Uncle is a drama queen. That's who uncle is. That's who uncle is. It's the drama queen. And the drama queen is scamming themselves out of their own destiny, scamming themselves out of their own potential. But it's the energy of scamming yourself out of your own potential because you're on your fuck shit trying to scam someone else at it. Because if you see someone else standing in their potential, someone else that's able to see their potential, and it's like, you know, it's giving the energy of someone trying to like energetically like slap your face so you take your eyes off his sight, and it's like. But it's you ever seen those slap competitions? You know what I mean? Like some of those motherfuckers, they can slap. They can slap hard. And some of those guys, they can take a hit. You know, but it's... You know, some people can hit hard. Some people can't hit hard. Some people can take hard hits. Some people can't. You know, but it's the drama queens. It's... You know, it's funny. It's the people that think that they're hard hitters, right? They think they're throwing boulders. But they're just throwing little pebbles. You just... The little pebbles. You think they're just sending big boulders at people. It's just the little pebbles. What is a pebble? Annoyance. That's what it is. It's an annoyance. They're annoyed by your anointing. Yeah, I'm being drawn to the A's. You know, it's like, you know, it's given the energy of like, you know, like they're straight A students, you know, and then it's the energy of like the straight A student and the black sheep. And how is the black sheep able to survive? You know, start their own company, do this, do that. When, you know, it's this other one, what did they do? They went and became a corporate whore, and, you know, they fell into that system, and that, you know what I mean? But it's choosing our own paths. It's choosing, you know, freedom, but it's, you know, but they have it all wrong, though. You know, it's the path of the ancestral line is choosing yourself, is seeing your own anointing, not giving in to the drama. You know, but it's, you know, but a lot of our family lines have lost sight of this. We all are anointed if we choose it. You know, but we don't choose it. We choose the drama all the time, knowingly or unknowingly. Knowingly or unknowingly.
I've heard good men forget their prayers, trading truth for empty chairs. But in the dirt I found a hymn, a song for those too scarred to win. There's a fire that cleans, not burns, a love that strikes and then returns. It ain't for gold, it ain't for fame, it's for the hearts that wear no name. If the gate's still closed, I'll stand outside. No saint to leave, no place to hide. Yeah, heaven don't wait for the broken kind. You take your turn or you fall behind. If the grace you seek won't open wide, then build your...
Underqualified for your position. It's... But interesting. It's the energy of they wanted you not to show up for your position, as if you don't show up for your position, as if it makes it available to them. It's like, no, motherfucker, it's not your position. Your position is your position. Someone else's position is not your position. You know, maybe it's inspiration for you to do something similar, but not to take that person's position. You know, but breaking free of assigned positions. Assigned by who? Society, religion, family members, everyone.
Church on the other side. Heaven don't wait, it calls my name. Through the hurt, through the blame. If the door won't break, I'll still not late. Cause heaven don't wait. Can the lost be found? They already are. Can the sinners rise?
You know, can the lost be found? They already are. And who are they found by? we find ourselves. Who are we seeking for? You know, what are we seeking? It's our connection with ourself. It's our connection with the Most High. What are we seeking? But it's, you know, seeking your position. But it's, you know, it's giving black and white robes. You know, but interesting about that too, it's assigned robes. You know, assigned. The things that are assigned to us, the things that we're taught. You know, we're taught to look at things black and white, but it's not black and white. You know, it's gray. It's not. A lot of times it's not the tool, it's the person behind it. You know, the Masons. What was Masonry formed on? You know, King Solomon when he called in all the demons. You know, and some of the, you know, it's he forced them to work for him and build things for him. Those were Masons. You know what I mean? And so it's not necessarily what you have, it's what you choose to do with it, right? But that's interesting too, because I don't know, but how did you know? But Solomon, you know, he summoned the demons. You know, but other people, you know, they summon them too. They summon them to do their will. It's, you give me something and I'll do whatever the fuck you want. And it's not always necessarily that. It's normally they take the bribe, they take what they want, and then they see what they have to do, and it's like, oh shit, but it's already too late. You know, but it's knowledge and information. It's being aware of everything, right? But chaos, respecting your elders, it's... Yeah, but respecting your elders is the energy of just, it's knowledge, it's knowing, it's your spiritual DNA, it's tapping into your spiritual DNA, you know, alien DNA, respecting your elders, it's tapping into it, right? But the chaos, you know, you're going off of feelings, the internal knowings, right? But the chaos is mental. And interesting too, but like we were just talking about in the reading today, it's the mental. It's the mental, you know, it's the, you know, your mind's a battlefield. You can either be its commander or be its soldier. And if you're not the commander of your mind, you're the soldier. And where, you know, and the soldier is the woe is me, and the commander is it's not what happened to me, it's what happened for me. It's so I can learn to sharpen my sword. It's so I can learn to build better walls. It's so I can learn to do this, learn to attack, defense, whatever it is. It's the mindset of a commander. You know, but the secret is that we're all capable of it. The secret is that we don't all have to be soldiers. We don't have to comply. We have to comply with universal law. We have to comply with spiritual law. We don't have to comply with man's laws. Just don't get caught. Be good or be good at it, right? As long as you're in alignment with spiritual law, universal law, man's laws, what does man know anyways?
I lay my demons to rest, and I did so through the physical academic. Still my mind ain't doing the best. I confess, I found rest in that passing breath.
Finding rest. It's a co-worker, you know, it's co-worker with the Most High. Finding rest. Interesting. Resting into your position with the Most High. Resting into your position, but resting in your position. You know where your position is? Your position is on a floating device, kicking your feet up, floating down the fucking river. That's your position. You know, when you release control. You know, there's still work to be put in. This is metaphorical. It's not physical, right? But just like the Bible, it's, you know, a lot of teachings are metaphorical, but we take them, you know, literally. You know, but it's we gotta look past. You know, it's looking past. You know, it's looking past the chaos. It's, yeah, the God's in control. How? Where? How is this helping? Yeah, a lot of times it's when we try to make it make sense. Release it. It's release the need to know. The knowings that we hold on to, the knowings that we stand firm in is, I know that this is working out for my greatest good. How? beats the fuck out of me. I don't fucking know. Something interesting. Sometimes it's literally beating the fuck out of us. But we don't know. How is this serving me? How is this helping me? Enlightenment. How is this helping me? What is this trying to show me? What is this trying to teach me? What is the spiritual meaning behind this? See, there's the 3D meaning, then there's the 5D meaning. It's a lot of times we just fixate on the 3D, and that's when we only pay attention to the lesson of the 3D. And if we're only paying attention to the lesson of the 3D, we keep repeat. We need to learn the lesson in the 5D. You know, but it's the releasing of control. It's not typically found right away. It's after the fact. You know, it's after the release. So the release, the guided action. You know, we start changing the way we look at certain situations, and then once we change the way we think about it, then we're guided to do different things, right? And then we take the guided action. It's releasing the control. We're taking the guided actions that we're being led to do, right? And sometimes it seems very small. Sometimes it seems like a giant leap. You know what I mean? But we never know the true impact. But we're not meant to. All we're meant to know is that I'm doing exactly what I need to do. I'm doing exactly what I'm being led to do. And somehow, shape, way, or form, in every shape, way, or form, this is serving my best interest. And I'm not going to waste any more time or energy trying to make it make sense, because right now it doesn't. You know, tomorrow, maybe. I'm going to hope for tomorrow to make more sense, but chances are tomorrow it's not. It's going to be a while. It's just time. Yeah, timing. That silly little thing.
Truth on season. I'm hard to digest. They walking home with confidence eyes. What do you recommend? I just smile. First bite hits. Now they're chewing like mad. Doing mental gymnastics just to get it past. They want fortune cookie with some light and sweet. I bring cast iron, truth, sizzle, and heat. They poke it.
You know, wanting fortune cookie wisdom. Fortune cookie wisdom. It's interesting. They're saying that the things that you know, it's fortune cookie shit. It's hogwash. It's like, no, it's cosmic knowledge. It's cosmic. It's beyond your realm of knowledge. It's beyond your... But it's interesting. It's... These people living on a planet full of lies. You know, but they feed the planet. These people are feeding the planet. They're feeding it. You know, but it's interesting too, the coasting. They're not coasting through. They're not coasting. It's not a smooth coast for them. It's making it harder on ourselves. It's the things that, I'm just, you know, it's the lies we spread about others. Well, even just not lies. It's constantly, even if you're speaking truth, constantly staying in that negative energy is not good. Even if you're speaking the truth. We speak it, we get it out there, we process through it, but we don't stay there. We just get it the fuck out. Because we don't sit in that negative. We sit in the positive. Which is the lesson I learned from this shit. But it's... people not learning the lesson. It's why is my pile of shit getting bigger and bigger and bigger? And it's like, oh, every time I open my mouth, it's a bigger pile of shit. And wow, it just keeps growing and it never goes away. I wonder why. Some people just don't learn. Okay. What's going on? It's the love part. It's karmic love. It's the karmic love for the lies. It's digging a hole, though. You know, once you start lying, when do you stop? Because especially if you're a good liar, you understand that you have to remember all your lies. Yeah, because chances are you're going to have to add on to that one lie. And then that lie gets added onto, and guess what? You have to remember them all. So if you're a good liar, it's very exhausting. Very, very exhausting. But it's the love. It's the love. It's the energy of it. It's like, why do they love? What do they gain from the love? What do they gain from lying about it? Well, it's covering up their actions. Interesting. Because it's making them look better. As how their lies make them look better. Signs and synchronicities. This song is called Hard to Digest. Hard to digest. The lies are getting harder to digest. They're getting more and more unbelievable. Interesting. It's it's puzzle time, and I just failed that first attempt. So it's like the first attempt of the lie, it's not working, and so it's like oh, interesting. People are putting the puzzle pieces together. They're going back and looking at the lie. Ooh, going back to the original lies. Ooh. Going back to the original lie. So all of this all of this was all built upon this one lie. Hard to digest. Interesting too. It's the energy of freaking out because, oh shit, everyone knows. Everyone knows. I can't lie. It's like no matter how much it's pot committed, so we have to keep lying. We got to keep going with it because what else can we do? Just admit it, even though it's there's no denying it. There's no denying it, but it's self-denial. Well, yeah, the best advice, just come clean, be honest, and then go into hermit mode because you're going to want to hide your face anyways. Take the time to reflect and do some good work on yourself. That would be my advice to you. Would they take it? Probably not, but nonetheless, that would be my advice.
Goddamn, this smells like accountability.
Goddamn, it's 10 o'clock on the clock right there. Completion of the cycle. It's how they have to complete their own cycles. You know, but it's, you know, what do you can't hide from it forever. You already got yourself into it. So it's like, yeah, come clean, admit to it, and then go tuck your tail and run and hide and go do the work on yourself until you find yourself again and you're actually proud of the person that you are. Because that can happen. You can turn your whole fucking life around and actually become the person that you are. But you still look back at your past and it's like, you know what? I'm not proud of that person. I'm not proud of the choices and decisions that person made. But guess what? Thank fucking God that that's not the person I am today. Because I changed. I learned my fucking lesson. Hopefully they get to that point. We're all capable of it. Will they choose to? Hopefully. But not many do. Many are called, few are chosen. Full acceptance, full accountability. Not many people like that. Even when it's forced upon them, it's already forced upon you. Just submit. Release control, submit. Just get it over with.
They grew up on candy coated lies. I serve from many facts, age with time. If your stomach growls like it's under attack, relax, that digestion fighting back. Yes, that's called
it's just digestion fighting back. It's the truth. It's hard to digest. It's, yeah, because it's a realization that it's all my choices, all my actions, and I can't run anymore. You know, but it's a lot of times we're trying to, we're running and hiding from our true selves. And a lot of times we're going our whole fucking life, how many decades have we got built up? And it's a lot. It's a lot. And that's why people, you know, they head down that road and they get a peek, a glimpse, and they're like, oh, fuck that shit. Oh, well, you gotta say, fuck that shit, I'm in it to win it. The only way out of the storm is through it.
Not a glitch. If you feel full after one damn line, congratulations, you never even realized.
it's hard to digest how quick, how easily we could just drop the things that no longer serve us. You know, but it's when your eyes are open, your eyes are open. When you know better, you fucking know better. And well, not only do you know better, but better is expected of you. And that's another lesson that we learned too. We learned the lesson that, oh shit, I knew better, and my consequences are greater now because I didn't fucking listen, because I knew better. You know, it's the realization. There's steps and levels, and once you learn, it's just easier to go with it. You know, not to fight it, just go with it. It's gonna happen one way or another. The only thing I'm prolonging is the when. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. What are we prolonging? You know, we have to process through it so that we can get to it. But the rumble and the stumble, it's hard to digest. But how often are we we're feeding our flesh. We're feeding our flesh. You know, we're feeding our flesh with things that makes our flesh happy. But our soul, it's interesting. When I first started charging my water, like I was making my own pineapple water, and then I was putting it out in the sun in a glass container, putting it out in the sun to harvest energy of the sun. And man, I'll tell you what, you can feel energized and then it's intentions too. It's holding the glass of water, and speaking life into the water, and then it's consuming it, drinking the whole thing. I'll tell you what though, sometimes it's more energy and more charged than you can feel drinking 1 billion energy drinks. And sometimes it's like an unquenchable thirst. Sometimes it's like when you get that that real water, our body, we think that we need H2O, we need H3O. It's the liquids found in fruits and vegetables. That's what our body needs. That's what our body craves. That's where the true nourishment is, and it's in that. It's in the liquids, right? And so, sometimes I remember drinking it, I just couldn't get enough. It's like I wasn't thirsty, but once I started drinking that, I couldn't get enough of it. I just had a thirst that it's just like my body just reacted to it like this is like what's different about this? What did I do different? Well, I charged it, I put it in the sun, I set my intentions, I drank it, and it's like, holy shit, holy water, literally like holy water. But you think this shit ain't real? Of course it is. What do you think this shit ain't real? What they do to us? Putting the fluoride in the water and all that shit? Of course it is. Calcify your first eye. And take your first eye off the most high. Of course it is. Spiritual warfare all around us. Open your fucking eyes. But the spiritual warfare, trying to cut us all off systematically. This whole society's all cut off from the Most High. You can try. They've tried. They've done it. But, it's... Yeah, but it's... They try to take away our ability, to see through the veils. They try to take away our way to find the way back home. But guess what? Joke's on them. It's an internal thing. It's an energetic thing. It's a consciousness thing. They can't take those things away. They can't. Only we can give it away. True rights and freedoms cannot be taken from you. It can only be given away.
I'm waving distress. I don't slow the road. I'm on a digest. Chef stays rude. No ice cream truth. Is one for food. If it's in your gut, like a brick of sand. That's nutrition. I'm on a digest. Please state your condition clearly. Hamlet requires a verbal request. They say just a taste, then panic halfway. Like whoa, 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 not that much real today. They chew forever, ego and knots. Like chewing steak with baby teeth thoughts. They ask for dressing to drown it out. I say nah, sure get out. This ain't soothe, you can sit and pretend this is whole ass truth with no soft end. They burp excuses, blame the plate, call a meal toxic cause it won't validate. But are you allergic to facts, not me? Read the label contains reality. You don't need warnings, you need...
Checking the labels. It's all written there. it's your destiny. Well, but it's the Akashic record. It's the energy of tapping into you spiritually and seeing, seeing what, what it's interesting too, but it's the life that's available to you if you choose it. But what's all available to all of us if we choose it. But we fixate on other people instead of ourselves. Looking over their shoulders, it's looking over their spiritual shoulders. It's for knowing that they tapped into your records, which is a spiritual violation. Alphabet Boys, which is Spirit Team. FBI, which is Spirit Team. It can be taken into 3D, which is, literally, Alphabet Boys, FBI, right? Or 5D, which is, Spirit Team. Spirit sense. It could be, an actual money, an actual inheritance in the 3D. There's different aspects, different ways to look at it, but everything, there's different angles to look at everything. And a lot of times we just get fixated looking on one thing without realizing the other. A lot of times we just get stuck on the physical, on the 3D, with complete oblivious of what's happening in the 5D, in the spiritual realms. But it's interesting, but we're unaware. We're unaware, but our spirit team's not. Our spirit team's not.
A job. Life don't come bonus, get used to the law. If your stomach hurts when I speak direct, that's simple when it's doing cardio. Hard to digest, no kids for this dish got bited, don't politely talk. They gag, they stall, they fake progress. I don't think the truth.
It's given the energy. Your spirit team, it's either about to whoop their fucking spiritual asses, or it's already are. It's no more harvesting. It's harvesting energy since a child. It's no more. A lot of times our spirit team is restrained. Our spirit team can only do so much. It's for multiple reasons. One, we're allowing certain things to happen just because of our programming. We are. So we have to correct that. We have to start looking at things properly. We have to start being aware of our spirit team. We have to authorize them to do things for us. Give them permission. Ask for their help. 10:10 on the clock. But it's realizing the connections. It's realizing the threat that you've always been, that they never wanted you to see. But it's caught up. It's now that they're finally caught up, it wasn't me, but it's your hand got cut off in the cookie jar. Your hand's still fucking dripping blood, missing. Like, it wasn't you, right? Right. Sure. It was interesting too, hand in the cookie jar. I thought it was like stealing candy from a baby, right? What if sometimes people keep some weird shit in cookie jars? Some people keep scorpions. Some people keep some weird freaking shit in cookie jars. It's not always, it's not always a clear vessel. It's not always interesting, clear vessel. It's not always a clear jar that you can see right through. And even though you might be able to see right through, it might be thick glass, and so it's distorted. You're not able to see. It might be really big, but it appears really small. It might be really small, but it appears really big. Who knows? I might seem really small in the 3D, but guess what? In the 5D, I'm a giant. I'm a motherfucking beast. But it's people think that, we're innocent little sheep. Because the light of God shines through us, because we choose to, our choices, our decisions, our actions, because we allow the light of the Most High to work through us. Not just for us, but through us. We allow it to happen. Where does that put us? A lot of times in, some really fun situations. But guess what? We learn and we grow from it, and we're also helping others in the process. You know what it is too, though? It's the realization of who you are. You know, it's a realization of who you are in the 5D. It's like, you know, when you know who you walk with, I'm not afraid to walk alone. You know, but people that have to stand with 100 people, they're truly alone. You know what I mean? But then it's like, it's the realization of who you are. It's like, you know, in this realm, maybe just a little, just little old me, you know, but in the spiritual realm, it's like, ha, yeah, all right, you got me. Yeah, I'm a giant. Yeah, okay. Okay, you caught me. It's the realization of who we are, though. It's not allowing other people's projections, because it's the realization that we can only fuck ourselves at our own destiny, but it's not allowing those thoughts to even get in there. Take command of every thought. That's what the Bible tells us to do. Take command of every thought and get rid of the ones that aren't ours. Anything that doesn't serve me to my highest potential, my highest good, it ain't my thought. Nope, not mine. Not mine. You know, but I caught up. At one point, it was me. At one point, I would have preferred that. At one point, I would have. But it's like, yeah, but it's a high got me at one point, but not anymore. That's not the me now. The me now doesn't make those choices. The me now learn from my decisions. The me now learn from getting caught up. The me now learn from my mistakes. You know, the me now learn to say no. You know, but it's being able to see things that are perceived as good, but it's like, I know, just because it's all nice, shiny little wrapper, doesn't mean it's good. It's still a pile of shit inside. I know, I can smell it. You know, working on our senses. Interesting, easy target, working on your senses. It's trusting energy, because energy doesn't lie. Words lie. You know, actions are hard to understand sometimes, but, you know, well, interesting too, a lot of times people were real quick to throw a label on your actions, right? They're real quick to throw labels on people's actions with little to no understanding of it, but it's, you know, but it's FBI. It's not paying so much attention to other people's actions. It's our own. It's fixating on ourselves. Not on other people, but on ourselves. It's always coming back to us. Always shining back to, oh, interesting. But it's through always turning back to us, and, you know, but it's holding ourselves accountable, putting ourselves at blame where blame is due, you know, but also giving us grace where we blamed ourselves when we didn't have a right to. But it's all of that. You know, but it's through all of that the line does get shined on you. You know, and why? Why will the Most High will intentionally do that? And why? To be an example for others. You know, don't just do as I say, do as I do. You know, we got all these people in the limelight, you know, all these people, interesting. You know what's been coming up a lot recently? You know, I don't engage with, you know, the entertainment and sort of like, I like the UFC and all that stuff, right? But I see for what it is, you know, especially, you know, you get real people, real fighters. Then you get people like, you know, Jake Paul, you know, straight jokes. It's a laughing stock, and he got exactly what, you know, Mike Tyson should have gave him, but he didn't. Mike Tyson sold out. Mike Tyson took a paycheck, and he was admitting it now. You know what I mean? But it's the misconception is everyone thinks this shit's real. You know, and look what happened. You know, this motherfucker Jake Paul, he's getting sued because it's a rigged fight. You know, but that came out because he's suing the guy because he didn't play the script. He was supposed to lose, but the guy said, you know what? Nah. Why? Because he didn't like Jake's character. Because, yeah, fuck that dude, that arrogant motherfucker. You know, only got where he's at because of his money. That's the only reason he got that. You know, and it's like, he don't stand on business. And then he does this little, I'll give you the little tongue signal. You're supposed to be easy on me now. Oh, man. You can't do that tongue signal with that jaw broken out, can you? I'm sorry, but guess what? Yeah, it's all fun and games, but guess what? How many people placed bets, took your scripted acts as real and lost money on it and this and that? You know, their money that they lost stuff is real. Oh, we're supposed to feel bad and sympathetic for you because, ooh, I got hurt because someone didn't follow this lie that we were supposed to both follow. It's not, go fuck yourself, motherfucker. You got what you deserved. That dude came in there standing on business. And what did you come out standing? You didn't come out standing. But this is the society we live in. You know, everything's all scripted and acted. Everything's all paid for and acted, but we're taught, we're misled to believe it's real, it's true. It's cute if you still think that. No, it's you know, people, you know,
You know, I've outgrown the fairy tales nonsense. But you believe in all this society. You believe in this nonsense. Get the fuck out of here. You still believe in fairy tales, fool. It's like, come on. Come on. I appreciate these things, but I appreciate them for what they truly are, at what value they're at. I don't believe in these people making all this money in deceitful ways and misleading people and for putting on a show. You want to put on a show, let it be known you're putting on a show. But don't let it be known that it's real. Don't give people the belief that it's real. You know what I mean? It's, oh, you signed this NDA and you weren't supposed to talk about this. And so, well, guess what? Some people don't give a fuck about that shit. Some people will take, you know what? My lower self, I made a decision to sell my soul for a paycheck, but guess what? Now it's not sitting right with me. And so now, fuck that contract. I'm gonna stand on fucking business. And that's what fucking happened. And guess what else happened too, though? You think the rituals and shit aren't real? What happened to this dude? I was just seeing that he got in a car accident. 2 people that he was with passed away. You don't think that's retaliation for him not going with the script? You don't think so? Of course it is. There's a lot of big people that have money on that. There's a lot of money in that. It's all schemes. It's all schemes, though. But all the people that pay into these schemes thinking that it's real, but it's all rigged. You know, lotteries. How many people spend all this money winning lottery? But, you know, to see it... should I even talk about that? I don't know if this is going to get cut off or banned. But, you know, that's how they hide a lot of the winners. They're ties to, you know, secret governments. So the money gets funded back into the shadow governments. What do you think these winners are? A lot of people that win multiple. Come on. Systems are all rigged. Come on. You know, Hollywood, fucking CIA, infiltrating our minds, MK Ultra, everything. Come on. Wake up. You know, but waking up. It's when you wake up. The truth is hard to digest. But you know what it is too, though. You know, but once you're able to digest it, you know, when it comes out, that's a weapon. It's a weapon. Yeah, that was a long little rant.
Follow the river where the night winds blow. Songs in cold, prayers in pain. Hope found the track on the freedom train.
You know, the freedom train. Do you know what I'm getting? It's like Harry Potter and whatever that train station is. That, you know, it's not supposed to exist. You know, it's not supposed to exist. You know, the freedom train. Not supposed to exist. You know, it's hidden. But it's all there, accessible for the eyes to hear and, you know, the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Interesting. You know, it's the way that they want things all discombobulated. So even though if we have a lot of the right information, we don't know how to piece it together. And so there's confusion, you know, but it's joke's on them. It's joke's on them when we stop letting all the nonsense in. Joke's on them. You know, cosmic warrior, but it's a warrior of your mind. It's the universe, you and I creating. It's the power of your mind. It's becoming a commander of your mind. It's taking command of all the thoughts that are not yours. And, you know, getting the fuck rid of it. Oh, joke's on you. You thought that was going to stay? No, it was temporary until I knew better. Now I know better. Now I don't accept it. Now I don't accept it, but it's now I'm getting like EBT, but it's handouts. I don't accept it, but it's interesting. But it would just be easy for if you would just do that. If you would just comply. If you would just do it the way that everyone's doing it. But when we do it the way that everyone's doing it, it's a disruption to our soul.
And it's like, joke's on you if you think I'm just going to keep going against what's a disruption to my soul. Now that but it's interesting, but once you're aware of what that is, because a lot of times we have that without a knowledge of what that is, but once we become aware of it and bring attention to it, when we start going against it, it gets greater, it gets more uncomfortable, and the more uncomfortable, but it's for a reason. It's because when you know better, better is expected of you. And when you're aware that you're holding yourself back, it's like, joke's on you if you thought it was just going to go away. It's like, no, you thought you just could ignore it? No, joke's on you. The joke's on us. But joke's on us. It's only the fools that plant seeds here in the 3D. Only the fools that only plant the seeds and water your seeds in the 3D. Only the fools. Only fools only fight their battles here in the 3D.
Don't want no more sorry. You just wanted me to stay. You needed arms, not answers. You needed truth.
This was hidden in the deck. It caught my attention because it was flipped in the wrong position. But it's the eyes to see. It's being able to look back. It's being able to look at yourself objectively and see what's out of place. See what's hidden. See what's out of place. It's the way that things it stands out to us. Or we just now that we're aware of it, we just pick up on it. It's kind of like if, when you first, a car could be in existence for like 30 years. They could have been making the same model of a car for like the last 3 decades. But it never would have, you've probably seen it who knows how many times, but you never made that conscious awareness. And then all of a sudden, that one day, you made that one conscious awareness. Now all of a sudden, you can't go anywhere without seeing 10 of those motherfuckers. You literally see them everywhere. You'll probably see three in a row, all different colors. Maybe all the same, who knows? But it's the awareness. It's funny how things like that happen. But once we're aware of it, that's how quick it stands out to us. It just pops. It pops. Coasting through. It's easier to just coast through because it's like canoeing, right? Some rocks you can see, you know what I mean? But interesting. But as the water levels lower, right? The things that used to not be able to see it, but used to get caught on it all the time. Oh, now I can see what I used to always get caught on. But it's now draining the swamp. It's getting rid of the false programming. It's draining the swamp. It's getting rid of it. Getting rid of everything that no longer serves us. But when we get rid of it, but to coast again, but interesting. But when we get rid of one bad habit, we need to replace it with another, right? And so we ask the Most High, we give thanks, don't we ask, because we speak into existence. We give thanks to the Most High for, for removing anything in us that is not of the Most High, and for replacing it with that which is. So we're removing something and filling it with something even greater. And so when we're draining the swamps, we're draining the swamps. And then what do we fill it back in? Well, the holy waters, the waters of life, the good waters, H3Os, not just H2Os. It's full nourishment, true nourishment. It's like those springs, the healing springs. Though they have certain springs that, I think it's the pH level and things like that. Certain ones, like what are those normally found? Around volcanoes, aren't they? I think. But there's healing qualities. They're sacred places. They're sacred. but sacred, the sacred journey, you know, the healing, it is a sacred journey. It is a sacred journey. You know, but the spiritual journey is the most sacredest of journeys. No, but what is the spiritual journey? You know, it's a healing journey. A healing of our 3D, healing of our... It's healing. In all ways known and unknown. But that's the really important thing that just keeps being... It's the known and it's the unknown. You know, it's the unknown that plays the greatest risk to us. The unknown. Because how do we heal from something that we're unaware of? It's really hard to. You know, but that's why we give thanks for making it known to us, right? But then when things are known to us, then we have choices. Now, are we going to make the choices? Are we going to make the decisions? Are we going to go with what we're being led to do? Or are we not going to? You know, sometimes we can see the pain that's gonna sit behind doing it, and so it's like, all right, I need to gather my strength. I need to. We always have exactly what we need to make it to the next step. You know, we always have exactly nothing more, but nothing less. You know, we have exactly what we need to be. And sometimes we lie to ourselves and tell ourselves that we don't. And sometimes we just need time to sit there till finally it's like, all right, I'm sick of just sitting here waiting for a savior. It ain't coming. Hey, thank you. I'm just going to put my hat on and fucking get to it. Putting your hat on and getting to it. No, but tipping our hat to ourselves. It's giving ourselves acknowledgement, giving ourselves appreciation, giving ourselves it's just acknowledgement to ourselves of how far we've come and how much work we put in and how proud we are of ourselves. Self-love, you know what I mean? If you haven't, I was 37 years old before I ever, gave myself any self-love, and way overdue, It's not to say I ever really didn't love myself. I just never vocalized it. But what a game changer that is alone. Speaking life into yourself. That's a game changer. I recommend it.
Lifting my burdens, praying for peace. Hands away, they're lifted high, walking through the fields beneath the open sky. Crosses by the roadside, names in the clay. Every song I sing is leading me to pray. With every heartbeat, Lord, I seek release. Lifting up my burdens, searching for your peace. Beneath the turning wheel, I bow and kneel. Raise your voice, let the Spirit heal. If I stumble onward and the waves conceal, Jesus, you restore and my soul is healed. Beneath the turning wheel, oh, let the Spirit heal. Echoes in the valley, voices in the choir, songs of salvation, set my heart on fire. Pages may be missing from the book I own, but the promise of grace leads me closer to the throne. When darkness gathers and faith fills in, I hear the choir singing.
You know, underqualified for your position. You know, it's not never turning your back to God, never turning your back to the Most High. You know, these people putting in a whole lot of work, little steppers, big talkers, really confident that you would turn your back to the Most High. You know, but it's that life would beat you down so much, you know, that you would just turn cold, hard. It's like they thought that they could wear you out. The lack of funding, the lies. It's the lies that they would speak into your ear. It's the way that they would... The lack of funding, it's the lies that they used to be able to speak into your mind, speak into your ear. It's kind of like, you know, it's the people that would sit next to you and talk to you as a friend, as a family member, as a good friend, right? And they sit there giving advice to you, right? And you would think that it's coming from, it's energy of, you would have no reason to think that they would guide you wrong, right? But it's in the words that seem meaningless, but it's planting the programming, the viruses into your mind. It's the doubt, fears, doubts. You know, but interesting too. It's little steppers, but it's by, you know, it's two, you know, it's you know, it's the little steps you take over your fears. It's the little steps that, you know, it's the little steps to reclaim your power. It's the little steps to freedom. It's the little steps. It's the little steps that we make that are giant leaps energetically. You know, it's the little steps that we make. You know, the impact. You know, but footprints, sometimes they get frozen into time. Sometimes they get, you know, we're finding footprints from who knows how long ago. You know, but footprints. It's the things that we do that, you know, when we're feeding the wants of the flesh, that's temporary. You know, these vessels, they're temporary. You know, but the soul, when we start feeding our soul, you know what I mean, that's everlasting. You know, but it's putting, little steps, putting. You know, we may not be, you know, professionals. You know, we're not at the PGA core. We're not at the PGA Tour, but at a core we are. But it's, you know, it takes a process. You know, stepping into our highest potential, stepping into our highest power. You know, we got to go to, you know, we got to go to the little mini golf places, and we got to, you know, get our putt down and do this and that. Then we go to the driving range and we practice our long shot, and then we start putting it all together. It's all the steps, all the little steps. A little step this way towards this, a little step for this, a little step for this. But then, well, when you pull it all together, it's like, holy shit, I've gotten a lot farther than I thought. You know, but it's refusal to stop stepping. It's refusal to stop pushing forward. It's a refusal to stop moving forward. You know, sometimes we don't even know if we're going forward. All I know is that I feel stuck here. And so any movement is better than no movement. And sometimes all you got to do is just take movement in the wrong direction, shake shit up, then all of a sudden, now I found the right direction. But we never find it because we never shake shit up, because we just stay. We stay in what we know. You know, but staying in what we know, but it's also the unknown.
for the storm.
You know, some pray for the rain, I pray for the storm. Some pray for the rain just to water their crops. Some pray for the storm because they know the storm brings the crops. Brings the rain that waters the crops. You know, that's literally what I was just saying about shaking shit up. You know, it's because what happens when the storm comes? The rain comes with it. You know, but it's the mindset. Some people here, you know, in the city, you hear the storm's coming, we grab our umbrella, we run and hide for shelter and cover. You know, but then we sit in fear, right? But then if you're a farmer or something, you know, you hear the storm's coming and you're giving thanks. You're giving thanks to God. Thank God we've been praying for this. We've been praying for this. But how often do we pray for things and then it comes to us and we don't recognize it as what it is? You know, it's a blessing, but the blessings are disguised in lessons a lot of times. But we think we're just going to have it handed right to us because we're special. Well, you are special, Buttercup, but you have to put the work in too. You know what I mean? It's, you know, we have to do the work for ourselves. You know, breaking generational curses. No one's coming to save us.
Silent room, no pride left to scream. I learned that mercy cuts deeper than every judgment I used to preach. A stranger laid hands on my failures, said, brother, let the blindness fall. And when those scales dropped down like ash, I heard my father call. Yeah, the fire inside got quieter, and the truth got louder instead. I walked in a dead man's footsteps, but rose up someone else instead. On the road to Damascus, my man.
On the road to Damascus, but on the road to our anointing, it's setting down the path. You know, when we set down the path, you know, when we set down our spiritual journey, so a lot of times we have no idea. We have no idea what path we're going on. All we know is it just feels right. Even though we might not even see a path in front of us. But for some odd reason, you know, I see this path over there, that path over there. There's so many paths, so many choices. But for some reason, in between these two paths, this is calling me. I don't know why. But guess what? I've walked all these paths before. I know I have. And so you know what? I'm going to switch shit up. I'm going to go down that path. Let's see what happens. What's the worst that happens? Oh no, I fucked around and I ended up on one of these other paths that I've already been on. Or I found a whole new, brand new path that I never even knew existed. A brand new path. Didn't even know existed. It's the path within. Well, it's as within, so without. As above, so below. You know, but it's everything that we already know in the 5D. That it's just, you got to be open. You got to be open to it to receive it in the 3D. You got to be open to it. You know, people want things, but yet they're completely closed off. They want knowledge, they want wisdom, they want information, they want cosmic knowledge, but yet you're so fucking closed-minded. You subscribe to all these systems of men with no understanding of anything universal, but it's like you want deep knowledge and you can't even handle surface level stuff. How could you expect to handle, you know, the deeper stuff? It's like, come on, use some common sense. It's we have to prepare our vessels. It's all we're never given too much on our plate that we can't handle. We're always given exactly what we're meant to consume, what we need to. Interesting, I said consuming. Sometimes we're meant just to observe the table. Sometimes we set the table, and by the time we're done cooking, by the time we're done setting the table, by the time we're done doing everything, man, I'm not even hungry. I'm just going to observe it.
I could follow through. I could just go with the process of eating. You know, I've done it a million times, but I'm not getting anything out of it. I'm not hungry. Well, I'm just going to go along with it just because everyone else is eating. I might as well just eat too, just fill myself up more, even though I don't want to. And it's like I just observe. I can still enjoy the company around me. No, maybe there is no company around you. Sometimes we make the meals and there's no one around to even share with. And then I'm not even hungry for myself. And it's like, no, I got food for tomorrow, but it's a mindset. It's, you know, but it's in the process, you know. Maybe when I started cooking, I was hungry. Maybe it's in the cooking that I was meditating, that I got, you know, that I was talking to the Most High. Who knows what happens? It's when we try to understand it, but it's just, we just go with the flow. And then we're always thinking the positive. It's like, we could look at it as like, damn, I just spent all this time and effort, you know, making this food, and then I don't even get to enjoy it. Or it's like, hey, yo, I did all this and I'm not hungry, but that's okay. At least I have something to eat later when I am hungry. And now I don't have to worry about cooking it. I got this bomb-ass meal ready. You know, it's the way that we perceive things. Or, hey, I still get to sit around and watch everyone else enjoy it. I still get to sit around and enjoy the, you know, communication with those around me that are enjoying the meal that I just made for them. Who knows? It's just the way that we perceive everything. You know, our reality is it's a product of, well, how we perceive things, because how we perceive things, you know, dictates how we react to them. You know, a lot of times people won't understand how you could be so unbothered by their actions. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, yeah, I'm mad at you. Fuck you. You know what I mean? But it's like, I don't give you that authority over me. I don't give you that power over me. You know, I choose happiness. I choose peace. I could sit here in the misery and look at what I lost and this and that. It's like, okay, I do. I reflect on that. I look at, can I gain it back? Yes or no? What's required to gain it back? That's not really the proper action. That's gonna put me against violation of, you know, universal law. It's not the right thing to do. So it's like, then okay, if there's nothing else I can do, no, I'm fucking out of here. Mentally, physically, you know, out of here. It's learning our lessons. I learned my lessons. All right, now I'm packing my bags and I'm going. It's a lot of times we sit here and we build whole cities, you know, when we're only meant to camp out there. You know, we were only meant to pitch our tent for the night and get out of there. Learn our lesson and get the fuck out. But we sit, and then, but I invested. I built this whole city, and it started off with just a tent, and then I did a fireplace and a fire pit, and then I had this, and then that, and then more people came, and then this and that, and then we look at what we're giving up. But it's never what we give up. It's never what we walk away from. It's always what we receive. It's always what we receive. I hope it ends. But being open to receiving the message, being open to receiving the lesson. Now it's interesting too, but the messages are through the lessons, and the lessons are the messages, and it's like the correspondence. It's being able to see. Well, it's being able to see how the Most High speaks to us. It's being able to see how our spirit team speaks to us. It's the way that we can see our spirit team hitting us in the fucking head. Like, come on, you get it this time? Did you get it? I hope so, because I really don't enjoy. You think the Most High enjoys putting us through the same situations? You think our spirit team enjoys watching us go through the same situations? Fuck no. Even less than we do. Because, like, damn, we gotta sit through this again for this lifetime? We gotta sit through and help them out through this again? This motherfucker don't learn. You think our spirit team enjoys it? Fuck no. Fuck no. You know, but what they enjoy, what they truly celebrate are the ways that it's you versus you. You know, it's you versus you. It's the way that, you know, that you strive to become better. You strive to become a better person. Well, it could be in multiple different ways, but you know, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and in any and all ways. But it's the little steps that we take. It's the little steps that we take. Speaking of steps, I got shit I gotta do. So I'm gonna have to end this one right there. But thanks for tapping in. Thanks for all your likes, your shares, your comments. Thank you for your gifts, your exchange of energy. And until next time.